All right, it's Wednesday morning. After missing a couple of days of working out, I'm back at it. I knew coming in, I wanted to do a little bit of shoulders. And it seems like the videos I've been posting, I've been doing a lot of shoulders lately. Well, shoulders do add to that thick look, that nice wide back. I just enjoy doing them. And I guess I'm gonna keep doing them. As you can see in this first set of lateral raises, I did go through the entire range of motion. This is my warm-up. I'm only doing 5 pounds. I'd never encourage heavier weight than what somebody can really do or strain or struggle with their shoulders due to the fact that your shoulders are so very delicate. There's no need to, unless you're trying to develop massive shoulders. But again, my workouts are low impact, not meant to be very or extremely strenuous. Just trying to grow old and able to move. Now here I am working the rear delts and doing these rear delts. What's important while you see me swinging them is controlling the movement. You don't want momentum to take over and take the advantage of the exercise or movement away from you. As I'm still doing rear delts, now again just using the cable machine and just stretching it out as well as I can. Getting a good high stretch, high engagement on those rear delts. A lot of times those are neglected, forgotten about, but I like to make sure that I'm a bit balanced in how my shirts fit and how they look from the back. As you can tell right here, I am getting a really good stretch in this one. Although the movement was slight, there's a good stretch right here. Either that or the music portion was good. Exceptionally good that made me slow down and stretch. But you can see the, again, the engagement, not just in the shoulders, in the traps, somewhat in the lats, filling out, getting that V shape. Now, again, I'm not really trying to do all that, and this is just maintaining what I've already got. And a way for, I imagine, anyone else to just help to stretch, increase muscle, and mostly just stretch. Again, low impact, people. This is low impact stuff. That's all I'm trying to do is just stretch and stay alive. As with any movement I do, I'm really just, as I'm doing them with low weights, I'm doing them for a time of about, or I consider it a time of about 2 to 3 minutes, maybe 4, because I'll go through the length of a song. And as I go through the length of a song, different songs vary. But the average is about 3 minutes. So I try to do each movement roughly about 3 minutes. Sometimes you got to dig down a little deep, and I'm really kind of, with the free weights, hitting these rear delts right here. And now if I was smart, I would also squeeze that chest too, but I wasn't really focusing on the chest at this point. Now, while I was doing this, I'll say this. What's helpful is being able to get a full stretch, and at this point, I stepped into the stretch. Before I even started the movement, I had the cable, the handles, and I step forward. You're getting that stretch as your arms are coming up behind you. And then you, as they're up behind you, then you go ahead and step into it a little bit more. Here, I'm showing it again. different angle, how I step into the stretch, and then really squeeze the shoulders. One thing right here is where I want to point out and emphasize is when you are lowering your weights or doing anything, you want to make sure that you are controlling them. You don't just drop them. There are times during some of my videos, I'll sometimes get questions about how come I'm only doing short ranges or short movements, pulsing, flexing, things like that. How come I'm not doing the whole thing? And my response to that was, I do the entire range of motion. I just don't always show it because I thought that might show for a long, boring video to stand there and watch me go through my little pulses. And most of my videos I put up are like on, TikTok or something like that, and they're short, people's attention span being so short. But I intend to keep a little bit longer, throw these longer ones up on YouTube, and that way you can see all of what I'm doing here. At this particular movement, while it's the same thing, I'm hitting shoulders, rear delts, a little bit of chest. I am using a little bit of a heavier weight. Not too heavy. Again, I'm not trying to strain myself, but just a heavy enough where I feel the challenge and I need to lean forward just a bit, again, to get the stepping into the stretch. You want to lean into it and then do it, but maintain good balance. Now, I know I look crazy doing this. I look like, I don't even know what, I'm trying to fly or something like that. Some sort of sick vulture learning how to fly. But that's just the music I'm listening to. I can't help that. But that's, again, for me, part of my flexology. That's the whole point of it. It's not the whole point of it, but, the movement in time with the music, not counting, and getting distracted and lost in the music. That's why you need a dance break every now and then. But getting lost in the music, because while your mind is not getting caught up in, let me do 10 of these, 8 of these, 12 of these, 20 of these. No. Do the movement. Do the movement. Master the movement, especially at a low weight. Especially at a low weight, so you have control over it. You can feel what your body's doing. You can feel where you need to improve. You can feel where you're rather strong. You feel what you want to work on. You become more in tune with your body instead of rushing through things and just doing, quick set at 10. Take your time, slow down, be intentional, be purposeful, and concentrate. You do all that, you hit the areas you want, and stay consistent, man, I'm not even going to say anymore. I know I'm coming to the end right here. I'm alternating front raises and laterals. I had some pretty good sweat going on at this point. You know, a lot of this really is just staying loose, staying warm, staying limber. Um, that's what low impact is. I'm just stretching out shoulders just for a little bit after doing those raises and lateral movements. Just stretching it out. The song is still playing. So while I'm still focusing on the shoulder, I'm gonna finish out the song and just doing those little easy peasy movements. Yep. Now I go from that right into chest presses again. And I'm pretty sure this is gonna be, I'm getting close to the end of my workout. It's almost time to go. Now, I don't know if I mentioned it in the beginning of this video, but shoulders were the focus today. So, doing yet another set of laterals. Now, I'm not a more firm believer in just doing, I'm going to go in here, I'm going to do 3 sets of this for 10 count. Nah, I'm not a firm believer in that. I like to actually work the muscle. And I think that's important. When you work or call yourself working out, if you're going to work a muscle, work that muscle. Even if you're doing low impact like I do, work the muscle. Spend some time on that muscle, on that body part, on that area. There's no need not to. For someone to go into a gym and, what'd you do today? I did shoulders. And yet you just don't you look the same as when you came in. Maybe your shirt's a little sweaty, but you look the same as when you came, going out as when you came in. Nah, you ain't working it. You ain't working. I'm not saying everybody needs to be busting out of their clothes when they come out of the gym. But you should, I think, and maybe I'm wrong here, you should see some of the improvement, some of what you've pumped up, some of what you've done. You know, you should be able to see the area that was affected today because you worked it. Is it harder? Is it bigger? Is it engorged with blood? You know, what's going on with that area? You know, that's why men love walking out and hitting that chest, hitting those arms. You can see the areas that they hit. And they come out walking all sideways and stuff and all puffed up. Yeah. Wow, that was a good set of chest presses. Again, I want to emphasize taking it easy when lowering the weights. Control that. You still continue to build up that chest as you control the weights. Just dropping it, that's not the way to do it. And I turned around and got some deeper presses. Squeezing the back, and yet as I bring it forward to down hit the chest again, I'm getting the deep squeeze right there in the middle of that chest area. All right, this is going to be the final set of my rear delt stretch. For my own sake, I'm turning around so I can see what it looks like in the back because, you know, I do like that back look. That looks pretty good in that shirt. I might have to get me a little tighter shirt and see what that looks like. Yes, sir. I'm coming out with my own line of shirts. They're going to be nice and tight. We're going to all be mediums. All be mediums. Anyway, I moved from that on to some shoulder presses. I hadn't done any shoulder presses today while just hitting the sides, the lateral, the rear delts. But I wasn't trying to do any pushing in that sense. But I am going to, like I say, I'm just getting a little shoulder press stretch going on. All right, just as that was my last set of shoulder presses, or shoulder anything, this is gonna be my last set of chest presses. Consistency, folks, consistency. Every repetition should be the same almost. I'd say with the intensity, whatever intensity level you bring to it. And done with not just intention and purpose. I'm squeezing that chest, I'm squeezing that chest, I'm squeezing that chest. Not just throwing it up there just because I can do it, but I'm squeezing that chest, squeezing it. Another good day, another good workout. I'm ready to take on the day now. I'm ready to face what comes. All right. Thanks for coming. I'll see y'all tomorrow.